What is going on, everybody? We're doing a little bit different video and series, whatever you want to call it, moving forward, and this is going to be the kickoff. Not going to be a whole lot to it, but we do a lot of cool things in the office, a lot of cool things for content and just trips in general. Anything and everywhere we take our dog, I feel like a lot of people would want to see it. So we're going to start a series about it, and everywhere we go about the dog and new products we get, we're going to take y'all along for the ride, or at least try. So this is the start of that. Now, I told you before, and you've seen the title of this video, it's basically building out an entire kennel setup. And I'm going to show you what all I recommend and that I run almost 24/7 until it gets cold. So this is a warm weather setup for all warm weather setups, and it's the best of the best. Starting off with the kennel. Now, I don't know if y'all know this or not, I'm sure you do, but if you don't, we have a bunch of different color options, limited editions, special editions, camo doors, black doors, anything you could really think of. I went with the classic. The tan is our original color, our first color that Addison and Emily, our owners and founders, came out with. So this is a new truck, at least new to me, and it's mainly green. It's got the tan-ish trim, so I'm like, I gotta go with the tan kennel. Now, it's already got the all-weather kit on it. So the all-weather kit, as the name really calls it, will keep all of the elements out of the kennel: wind, rain, snow, sleet, anything of that nature. And you can also roll the windows up, which I'll show you here shortly. A lot of people don't realize that the all-weather kit isn't just meant for the colder winter months. The windows roll up, so even in the middle of summer, if it's pouring down rain, let's say with me, for instance, I go to the office almost every day with my dog, with Dexman. So if I want to take him and it's pouring down rain and I'm stuck in traffic, I don't want to get out of the truck and get him out and it be, him be soaking wet. So it's one of those things. It's like roll the windows down if it's going to rain. Dexter, just roll the windows down if it's going to rain, and once it stops, roll them back up so they can stay cool and have a lot of air circulation. Which brings me to the next one, the fan kit. The fan kit is arguably my favorite accessory of all time. Now, the kennel, the all-weather kit, the tie downs, all of them are super important and just as important as the fan kit. But the fan kit has a cool factor. By cool factor, no pun intended, it provides an incredible amount of air circulation for any of your dogs. It's got 2 speeds. So the yellow signifies the lower speed and the green signifies the higher speed. Now, the lower speed will run for like 20 hours straight if it's fully charged, once it's fully charged. And the higher speed, even running it continuously, will run for 8 to 9 hours. Totally waterproof, completely weather resistant. You can leave it out in the sun. You can leave it on your kennel year round if you need to, and you're not gonna have any issues. So I'm gonna pop this on there. I'll show in another video if y'all wanna see it, how to put it on there, assemble, everything like that. But you can put it on different areas of the kennel. So you can put it on the top of the door, bottom of the door, or either side window, at least for the intermediate and large size for the kennels. I like to keep it on the bottom of the door. So Dex is obviously laying down when he goes in the kennel. After literally seconds, he's laying down. So I want it on the bottom of the door so it's constantly blowing on him regardless. All right, it started raining, but this will be even better for the video because a lot of things we don't like to talk about competitors. We don't really have many, just that try to do it to the level we do. But other people that build kennels and make their accessories, it's like you just don't see them go the extra mile. And again, I'm not trying to bash anybody else, but everything you see us put on the kennel, like y'all know, this is originally meant for the bed of the truck. So if you need to use that, even if you use it in an SUV, you want it to be durable. But if you have this in the bed of your truck almost 300 days a year, we want everything to hold up as well as possible. So for the fan kit, for example, we want it to be completely waterproof and weatherproof so you can use it year round without any worriment. So long story short, the rain won't hurt anything. Now that looks pretty good. Like I said before, it's got 2 speeds. I rarely run on anything other than low though. I mean, 20 hours, it's got plenty of airflow. If the dog's really hot or you need or want a lot more airflow, just bump it up another notch to that high level and you're good to go. Right here is the charging port. So it's got an internal lithium battery, which is phenomenal. Obviously, all of the runtime is due to that, but you can also run it, to show you a little bit of the unboxing here. This is an adapter for the charger. So you can run this to the inside of your vehicle. A lot of people will run it through the weather stripping of the bed and into the cab, or if you're in an SUV, you can just run it straight through the cigarette outlet. But it'll basically continue to charge your fan while it's running. So if you never take it out of your vehicle and leave it plugged up, it'll basically run 24/7, 365. The next one's super simple, but we get a lot of questions for it. I'll go ahead and tell you about both of them. So we have two different bed options right now. One is the Performance Pad, and two is the Orthopedic Bed. Now, Performance Pad, as it may sound, is when your dog is out running in the mud, the water. If your dog's really dirty of any sort, use the Performance Pad. It's completely waterproof, and you can just hose it down when you're done. So if your dog's completely wet and muddy and you don't want to put him on the Orthopedic Bed or anything else, put the Performance Pad in there. Now, the Performance Pad I have is obviously a little bit dirty. I had it in the bed of my truck for this video, but look how good that looks. This might be more obvious than I think. Yeah, that is really dirty. The design might be more obvious than I think, but I feel like not really many people realize that it's the same design as our door frame. So you can see the shape there, and you can see the shape here. And you'll see that. I'm curious if anyone else can pick out other accessories or products that we have that share the same designs across the board. But back to it. Next is the Orthopedic Bed. Now, I told you I'd go hand in hand in these, and I'll tell you why here in a second. I'm gonna bust this one out of the packaging. How nice that is. Saves us and you on shipping. Protects it from any shipping damage. I mean, that's just great. Anyways, I'm gonna get this out. I'll show you both of them. All right, so this is going to look a little bit flat just due to the packaging. This will air up or kind of decompress as it goes. But if you've ever had like a mattress shipped to you that's rolled up, it'll take a little bit to puff up. Anyways, this has an internal kind of memory foam material. It's cooling properties, and also will add some insulation in the opposite way in the colder months. So this is for the older dogs or any dog you want to, keep comfortable on those long trips. A couple hours into your trip, you all know how your legs or your backside or anything like that will hurt or get sore. It's like our dogs probably feel the same way. So we want to keep them as comfortable as possible. Anyways, the reason I run both, so I run them both all the time. I'll keep the Performance Pad in there first and then the Orthopedic Bed above it. That way, let's say me and Dex are going out for a training day, I'll just take this Orthopedic Bed out, and I'll have that Performance Pad left to keep him a little bit more comfortable, but still waterproof and not, keeping his bed all dirty. Now, another thing this prevents, or at least helps, I've been running this kennel a week or two, just to kind of show you what it'll do. Dex is obviously a black lab. His hair is everywhere. He's always dirty. These will help you keep your kennel cleaner, and it doesn't really sound that, life-changing, and it's not. But the smell is what gets me, and if you can keep these in the kennel from smelling, that's a win. Kennel. Lay down. So as you can see, he loves it. Keeps his hips and joints as comfortable as possible after training days. He's still really young, but we're running him really hard, which I'll show you in another video. Hard in the best way. I mean, he absolutely loves what he does. But regardless, that doesn't mean it's not going to take a toll on him over time. So we're going to take every precaution we can to keep my dog and your dogs as comfortable as possible. And in the long run, help them their hips and joints. It literally looks like it's about to storm. I didn't even know it was supposed to rain. We're gonna power through though. I'm gonna show you, you've seen Dex is like completely bone dry. If it starts pouring down rain, I'll take this like out of the trees and everything, and I'll show you. I will prove it to you how well this all-weather kit works in real time. It's pouring. We'll see how it goes. He's in the back of the truck. It's already getting wet. Should be bone dry, maybe outside of a few drops. We'll see. So it's a downpour, and as I just showed y'all the radar, it's supposed to rain for like 3 hours. I'm not gonna keep Dex in the kennel for 3 hours if he doesn't have to be. I am gonna keep him in long enough to show y'all how dry the kennel and the all-weather kit will keep them. So, we'll be back. Okay, as you could probably hear, it is still pouring down rain. It's been almost 20 minutes. I just pulled into the house. I'll show you how much it's raining. I'll show you the kennel. We're gonna let Dex stay in there for another, I don't know, 30 minutes or so. But it's pouring down rain. There's water on the top. Fan's still rolling. I wanted to show you that too. So we've flipped this around and I'll show you. So no issues. It's been exactly an hour. Let's check on Dex, man. Dry as a bone. So you can see, we'll let this get wet so you can see what it does look like wet. So you can see there was no water on this inside of the kennel. Bone dry. That's a win. Ah, he wanted to get back in there. Doesn't like the rain. All right, come on, bud. I guess we will pick up where we left off with these, which are now soaking wet, once the rain stops. All right, so that was an absolute washout. That's a couple days later. So we're gonna head to the training grounds. If you're not familiar or not from Nashville, we've got some awesome training grounds here, and it's technically Laverne, but it's set up literally 4 dogs. They run all kinds of hunt tests, AKC, HRC, all that kind of thing. Anyways, I'm gonna meet you out there. We're gonna finish up the build, and I've got some pretty cool stuff to talk about for the next few videos. So it's gonna be fun. All right, we are here. This would be a great example. I know we were talking about before the difference between the orthopedic bed and the performance pad. I'm gonna get Dex pretty wet, potentially muddy, and show you how nice it is to have that performance pad. This morning I was super thankful to have the fan kit. You know, as cliche as it's gonna sound, it's one of those, it's like, you don't always need it, but when you do, you really want it. I was in traffic for almost an hour. There was a semi truck that was like pretty much on fire. And so, I mean, it's not super hot. It's probably in the 70s, almost 80, but I still want him to be super comfortable on those, you know, long trips, whether we're in traffic or actually on a long drive. And that fan kit just gives me peace of mind because I know he's gonna be comfortable. The next accessory we're going to walk through is probably going to be the Kennel Bowl. Now, this is one of those accessories that we get a lot of questions about, and I absolutely love. Like, I travel all the time with Dex. Everywhere I go, he's with me. So if we stop at the edge of the interstate at a gas station, I don't always want to get him out. I mean, obviously, if I need to air him out, I'll pick a better spot. But if I don't want to get him out and I still need to give him water, I can just water him from the outside of the kennel, which I'll show you here shortly. What is super cool about the Kennel Bowl, if I can get it out. Like I said before, is that you can water them from the outside. So in the packaging and in the kitting, there is a bag. Now, this right here is what will allow you to water them from the outside. And everyone asks, like, what is on the outside of your kennel? What is that? It is a spout that you pour in from here, and it'll water your dog inside and go directly into the bowl. Another thing, before I put this on, that's really cool, there's actually a magnet within this strip that the bowl attaches to. And this will screw into the kennel, but the bowl will actually slide onto this so you can take it on and off very easily, but still have the attachment screwed onto the kennel. The assembly for this is really simple. It's not as complicated as some might think. To put the magnet strip on, it's literally 2 screws, and then this is just threaded with a little nut on the back side for the door. So you can see what I was talking about. I mount it towards the right of the fan kit because this is where all of the air is going to be coming in. So I don't want to block that with the bowl. Super simple, and it is a really, really cool accessory to add to your setup. I'll show you how it works here after we get everything else and walk you through basically every single step. Now, next up, which I probably should have started with, this is arguably the most important accessory to get for your whole setup, which is the tie-down strap kit. And the reason being is we crash tested the kennel with these, and they're not a normal ratchet strap. They don't use a hook system or anything like that. We use a cam buckle style head. It is an investment on top of it, but we really, really recommend go ahead and buying the tie-down strap just for overall safety with your dog. So the main reason, the cam buckle, you can't tighten down all of the way, which I'll show you here in a minute, but there's always going to be a little bit of play in the strap. That way, you know, with the ratchet, you can tighten it down as far as you can or as far as you want, and it's going to become pretty taut. And if you're in a high volume accident or a high speed accident, that ratchet's going to pop pretty easily. We've seen it more than I would like to say, but that's why we recommend the tie down, to make it as short as possible. While you're doing this, you can kind of pick where you want to put your kennel in the bed of your truck or SUV or wherever you want to, whatever vehicle you're driving. I like to have it more towards the driver's side of the bed. That way I have all the rest of my bed space to utilize however I want. But it doesn't really matter. Once you have the kennel tied down, I don't really think it matters as far as like safety. If you're really worried about it, I would say up to the cab is probably the safest. But I trust the kennel anywhere as long as it's tied down. I'll hop down, show you how clean, simple, classy. This setup looks so good. The classic tan and the black is amazing. It is it's definitely one of my favorites. We're right by the airport, so apologies for any noise. Anyways, our next one doesn't get much simpler. He's going to be an absolute muddy mess. Next one does not get any simpler. It's the nameplate. And I pulled one off my old kennel, so it's a little dirty and dinged up, which is fine by me. This is one that's super cheap. I mean, I know most of our products are an investment, and there's a reason why those are an investment, the best of the best. The nameplate's an easy add-on. They're like 30 bucks. And some people think they're stickers. They're actually laser engraved in-house. So 30 bucks to me is kind of a steal. But I really like them. You can get them in black or bottomland. I went black just to keep this whole setup pretty classy and simple. Anyways, I'm going to throw that on. There's 4 screws that go into it, really simple. But got one more after that to talk about. I mean, that's just icing on the cake. Looks so good. Kind of finishes the whole setup, in my opinion. I love it. Last but certainly not least, which I guess isn't really a kennel accessory, but I always keep them on the kennel, so I wanted to throw them in this video. But anyways, next is going to be the bumper. Simple way to store these. So again, unlike most bumpers, these have kind of a circle on the end, which is great for throwing, but also great for storing. So I'll take my bumpers. I'll usually keep 3 or 4 at a time on my kennel. Just like for today, I'm not running or training Dex, but I'm out here and I want to throw him a couple bumpers. So 3 or 4 will do more than enough on a daily basis for me. Hang them from your carabiner, and I'll just clip them onto the kennel tie-down pins and be ready to go. And tell me that also doesn't look awesome. It might just be me, but I think that looks really good. Kind of, again, finishes out the setup per se. But that's basically it for a warm weather summer setup. I'll walk you back through each one again. I know we've kind of been all over the place in this video. Rain, weather, time frames, all of it. But I'll walk you through each piece, tell you what I like about it. We'll go from there. I'm going to throw Dex some bumpers after this, so I'll take you along for that too. Dex. You think he loves it? I mean, he's constantly wagging his tail. Drop. Dex. Dex. But yeah, that's basically it, guys. I'm going to finish throwing him some fun bumpers, and I have some fun stuff to go over, and would love y'all's opinion, comments, questions, anything you really think of about it, but we'll talk about it in the truck. I could have thrown him 100 more, and I think he would have wanted to keep going, but we got a bit of energy out, let him run around, let him cool down with that water a little bit, so it was a good little morning. So, as I said towards the very beginning of this video, a new truck to me. It's a 2015 F-150, and I love it. I absolutely love it. I needed to get a new truck, mainly due, as you can probably see back there, my last truck was a double cab, and I could barely fit a car seat. So, dad life, I needed to upgrade the back seat, and I'm glad I did. I absolutely love this truck. It's the Crew Cab King Ranch, and it's nothing too crazy. It's got some miles on it, but again, I really like it. And I told myself it came with this bed cover, which I really like when I don't have the kennel in there. But as you can probably imagine, I rarely don't have a kennel in my truck. I take Dex everywhere with me. So I'm going to get rid of that. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to keep this truck pretty bare. I'm not really going to do anything to it. And that didn't really last long. Since I've had my last truck, wanting to build more of a camper setup, whether I'm sleeping in my bed or sleeping in a tent topper, whatever it may be, I've always kind of wanted to do that. So anyways, long story short, I'm going to keep the truck itself pretty stock. It's leveled on 33s, which is all I really wanted to do to it. I think it looks great. It gets around. It's super comfortable on trips. But with that being said, I think I am going to build out the bed, and we'll see what that looks like. I don't know how crazy it's going to be, whether it's just a deck system or going all out into a custom fabricated bed insert, topper, tent topper. We'll see. So that's kind of what I wanted to mention. It's a series that we'll put together and bring y'all along for every single step. So if there's any questions or any recommendations or thoughts, opinions, negative, positive, just let me know. Drop them in the comments down below. But I appreciate whoever's still listening and watching. This is going to be a fun little adventure, per se, at least for me. It's something I've never done before. Nothing Gunner's ever really done before, but everything I'm doing, everything we're doing with our dogs, I'm going to try and bring y'all along for the adventure itself. So it's going to be an ongoing series, truck builds, Can-Am builds, boat builds, whatever it may be. Even if it's just going out and training decks, we'll bring y'all along for the ride, and hopefully one or two of you are interested to watch it and experience what we experience. So it's going to be great. If y'all haven't already, please like and subscribe. It helps me out, helps me be able to build more videos, and hopefully in the future even cooler videos, truck builds, and like I said, boat builds, behind the scenes, everything that we could really mention, we can do with more likes and subscribers. So please do that. Drop comments down below, and we'll see you all in the next one.